When you first set eyes upon Florence, there is one structure that dominates the skyline. A vast, brick-red dome, almost impossibly large, poised like a crown upon the city, Santa Maria del Fiore, the Duomo. It's not just a cathedral, it is an act of imagination in stone and marble. A building so ambitious it changed the very course of architecture. Florence in the 13th century was a city of confidence. Its bankers financed kings, its merchants commanded the Mediterranean. And so, in 1296, they embarked upon a cathedral that would match their sense of destiny. But the scale was audacious. A nave to dwarf rivals, and a space for a dome of proportions so daring. No one knew quite how it would ever be built. Clad in dazzling white Carrara marble, green Prato serpentine, and rose-red stone from Maremma. But the intention was always there, to create not just a house of God, but a manifesto in architecture. The great problem was this: how to span a space of 45 meters across, higher than any builder had attempted since the Romans. For more than a century, the cathedral stood roofless, its vast drum waiting, like a question hanging over Florence. And then, in 1418, came along Filippo Brunelleschi, a goldsmith by training, not an architect, yet possessed of an intellect as vast as the task itself. Brunelleschi proposed a dome with scaffolding, a double shell held aloft by ingenious herringbone brickwork, locked together as it rose. It was audacious. It was risky, and yet, it worked. Over 16 years, the dome climbed higher and higher, until it became not just the roof of a cathedral, but the very symbol of Florence's ingenuity. Step inside, and the space is overwhelming. Columns and arches lead the eye ever upward, until you reach Giorgio Vasari's fresco of the Last Judgment, a whirl of angels, saints, and sinners, painted across the inner shell of the dome in the last 16th century. It is a vision of heaven and hell, suspended above the city, visible to anyone who dares climb the 463 steps to the lantern at its peak. And when you do climb, as I did, the reward is extraordinary. Not only the sweep of Florence laid out beneath you, terracotta roofs glowing in the Tuscan sun, but the sense of being inside a miracle of engineering. Beside the cathedral rises Giotto's campanile, a bell tower clad in the same patterned marble. Giotto himself never lived to see it finished, but its elegant vertical lines speak of a mind attuned to harmony as much as grandeur. And across the piazza sits a baptistry of San Giovanni, with its famous bronze doors, the gates of paradise, so beautifully sculpted by Lorenzo Ghiberti that Michelangelo himself gave them that name. Together, these three buildings form a trinity of art, architecture, and devotion, the beating heart of Florence. What strikes me most about the Duomo is not just the size or its beauty, but its story. This was not the work of one lifetime, it was the work of generations. Begun in the 13th century, only fully completed in the 19th, each century adding its layer of vision, until at last it became whole. It is a reminder that architecture is as much about the patience as it is about the genius. That sometimes a city has to wait, to dream, and to build, slowly towards magnificence. The Duomo is more than Florence's cathedral, it is Florence itself, a monument to ambition, artistry, and faith. A building that dares to touch the sky, and in doing so, makes us all look up. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to help grow the channel. Thank you for watching.